Express. If you haven't seen by now, we were incredibly excited this morning to announce that Round Rock has signed the professional development license from Major League Baseball, officially becoming the new AAA affiliate of the Texas Rangers. Here to discuss this renewed partnership with us this morning is the CEO of Ryan Sanders Sports and Entertainment. That is, of course, Reed Ryan, joined as well by Round Rock Express President Chris Almendarez. And joining us from Arlington is the Texas Rangers Assistant General Manager Mike Daly. So with that, we're going to kick it off. We'll have opening statements from each of these three guys. And then for the media that's with us on the Zoom call, if you have questions after that, feel free to raise your hand, drop me a chat, and we'll facilitate that Q&A once we get through these initial opening statements. So with that, we'll kick it off to Reed Ryan.
Hey, thanks, Andrew. We're excited today to be announcing this 10-year partnership with the Texas Rangers. I'd like to start out by thanking Rangers owner Ray Davis and Neil Liebman for extending us this affiliation. We're excited to be back working with John Daniels and Mike Daly, and I'm also really excited to be working with Chris Young. I got to know Chris in the MLB office with my years down in Houston. And look, this is great. There's a lot of friends and family that really we have in the Texas Rangers organization, people that we've known all the way back to the late 80s. And, it's a class group of professionals, and it's really going to be fun to work with these people because there's a lot of familiarity there. Obviously, our relationship with our family goes back to 1989 when my dad signed with the Texas Rangers. And really, over the last 30 plus years, there's probably only 1 or 2 years that we haven't had a direct affiliation with this organization. We were AAA here in Round Rock from 2011 through 2018. We produced a lot of great players. They had a lot of success at the major league level. It was fun to be a part of that. As everybody knows, my father, Nolan, went into the Hall of Fame as a Texas Ranger. There's a statue of him there in Arlington. There's a statue of him in a Rangers uniform here in Round Rock. So when you put it all together, it's a perfect fit. We're honored that these guys would extend us this invitation, and it's going to be fun to see how the next 10 years go as we watch the Rangers rebuild into a championship team in Arlington. And obviously, we will play a big part of that here in Round Rock. So with that, let me kick it over to Chris, and then, Chris, you can take it to Mike from there.
Thanks, Reed. Thanks, Andrew, for setting this up. One of the things that I think is the relationships we've had specifically with John Daniels and Mike Daly, during my time since 2011 being day-to-day operations, we're excited. It's been a long process. It's been a tough year for people in the game of baseball, and for us to get going and knowing this 10-year partnership is starting today, we're excited. Mike and I have been in contact. I think, Mike, we've talked more in the last couple of weeks than we had in the last couple of years, but good to have you guys, similar faces. We had an opportunity to visit with some of the coaching staff yesterday, and we're looking to make those announcements really, really quick. But look, a quality organization. We're excited to be in Round Rock. We're excited for the player development and doing our part with the Texas Rangers and looking for the future Rangers that come through Round Rock and the safety protocols that we're looking at and hosting baseball games. Mike, I'm going to kick it over to you and let you speak.
No, I think that everything that has been said by Reed and Chris, we just want to echo. On behalf of the organization, we are thrilled to be back in a Round Rock. You're extremely lucky to be in Central Texas. Like the leadership group, like the people inside the organization make it special. Our players and our staff, loved our 8-year run there in Round Rock, and to be able to head back down to like the Dell Diamond, to be part of like the fan base down there, the community is just really, really special. So on behalf of the organization, on behalf of the Texas Rangers, we could not be more excited to be partnering again with the Round Rock Express and to call Central Texas home for our AAA affiliate. So thanks a million. Thank you to Reed and Chris and the entire organization for signing up for the next 10 years. We have a lot of players that we expect to be coming through Round Rock that'll join us here in like Arlington to be part of that next group of the championship players. And once again, we're just very, very excited to be back in Central Texas and to be back with Round Rock Express.
Perfect. Thank you, Mike. With that, we'll go ahead and open it up for Q&A. We'll start with Evan Grant.
Hey guys, Reed, for you, it seems like the kind of de facto fall on all of this is that teams are now signing 10-year player development licenses. And as a minor league owner operator, what is your thought? Are you more comfortable with the idea of a 10-year arrangement rather than the 2- and 4-year deals that had previously been kind of the norm?
Yeah, I am. Evan, originally this old style of the PBA player development agreement really was set up with ballparks that were not of the same standards. And you kind of go back to the mid-90s when a lot of the stadiums around the United States started getting upgraded. And really everyone's kind of built off the last one. And today the facilities are phenomenal across baseball. And the game's changed. And I think a lot of the things that major league owners wanted, and I have the benefit because in previous life I got to sort of sit in some of those meetings and be a part of that. Today's players, the way they eat, the way they train, the way video is used, the way analytics are used, TrackMan in all the stadiums, the game has really changed. And an organization, Mike and JD and the guys want to come in, and they want to put some real infrastructure into the facility to measure players and to help the development process. Having this 2 to 4 year dance, we really had outgrown that. And it ended up in a lot of ways. And look, all of us, no matter what our position is, want to win. They want to win in Arlington. We want to win in Round Rock. All the other major league teams want to win. And so people in their own best interest would switch affiliations if they thought it gave them an advantage on the field to win, or gave them an advantage at the gate. And so I think, the commissioner looking at this and sort of coming up with this new system, bringing some new teams in, our market now, or our league, I should say, it looks like we're going to kind of have 10 teams. MLB hasn't sort of officially announced what the league's going to be, but it looks like we're going to kind of all be Southwest Airlines cities with a travel day, hopefully, in this schedule. And it's going to be great for the players. And it'll be easier on us, and I think it'll be easier on the fans. So a lot of this needed to happen, and I think the bonus of all of it for the fans is that these are going to be 10-year agreements. It's good for us, good for the Major League Club, but it's really, really good for the fans.
The second part, and I wouldn't it's dangerous to ever ask you to speak for anybody else, but the bond that Rangers fans have with your family. You've mentioned that, and you mentioned your dad. Is there any way that your dad will be more directly involved with some kind of relationship with the Rangers going forward? We have never discussed that, but we are selling hot dogs at the new stadium. So that's a good step in the right direction. But look, I think everything has a season. And, I don't know that season of his life he ever really wants to get back into it on any level other than being a fan and being around. And, Ray and Neil and the guys have been great, inviting him to the rodeo and making him feel a part of, what's happened with the new stadium. And I would not be surprised to see him around more, but he's never expressed that to me, that he has a desire at this point in his life to do more than what he's doing right now. And to have any kind of official relationship other than...
Yeah, that's not even ever been discussed. And with everything going on in the world, that really hasn't even been top of mind. I think the biggest thing we've been dealing with is we want to play baseball in Round Rock, and we want to make sure, and this is me off, last year, the alternative training site, I think you saw a lot of injuries coming up because guys weren't playing real games. And it's hard to kind of go from 0 to 60 in a setting that's not counting, on real stats for your career and whether you go up or down. And so I think having a AAA season has become important. Mike can probably speak to that more. But from the Major League GMs I know, they want to see real games that count and guys, helping their Major League club out. And so to do that, we have to get our facility ready. We have to work through these protocols, which is part of this MLB, kind of realignment of the affiliations and the system. And we're going to be ready to go here in Round Rock. So, when the bell rings, we'll be ready to play baseball here.
Great. Thank you so much, Reed.
Let's go to Jeff Wilson.
What's up, guys? Hey, Chris, do you guys know when you're starting and if you can have fans and stuff like that?
Yeah, so one of the things we're hoping that we'll get a schedule by tomorrow. Major League Baseball said, we had till to sign the PDL. That was signed last week late by Reed, and so the hope would be to get a schedule, have a couple of days to kind of review it. There's some blockout dates that we would have. One of the things we do here at Dell Diamond is we host the UIL State High School Championship game. So we've always got to kind of block that day, those dates off during June. And so to get that schedule, look, Jeff, the great thing about Dell Diamond, we held about 30 events last year during a pandemic. We hosted the Texas Collegiate League. We played 13 home games. We've had some big concerts. I'm in communication every week with the mayor of Round Rock and the county judge. And so one of the things, currently the state of Texas is at, 50% outdoor stadiums. And so we can safely social distance folks to about 25% here in Dell Diamond. And so that's one of the things we're working on. But, Mike and I were talking earlier, looking at those protocols, making sure Dell Diamond is safe. I think we've got the confidence from the Central Texas community that we can, put events on and be safe. And we're going to look at those protocols and just see what else we need to do to get ready to play baseball. The thing about Dell Diamond and the Round Rock Express, our staff is professional, and the group that leads the things that we do to make that ready will be ready. The hope would be a start date, similar to, typically what we've done in past years. So I'm looking at probably that April 8th Thursday that we would start and then go from there.
Yeah, and I guess, Jeff, let me add to that. I think what's neat about this partnership was, the new stadium in Arlington has really pioneered a lot of events. I went up for the NFR, have been in contact with, Rob and Neil and all the guys up there. And we kind of were doing the same thing here in Central Texas. So our local municipality, both Williamson County and the city of Round Rock, have been very supportive of what we've done. And so I think all those have kind of grown off each other. So whenever we get this schedule, and it could be next week, it could be later, and whenever the protocols come out, we're going to be ready to go.
And 50% would be about 5,000?
Well, what we have to look at is sort of the social distancing requirements. The capacity won't be an issue. We have the berm, and so we're just going to have to look at sort of making sure that we live up to all of those. And we've always erred on the side of being uber conservative because we want to make sure it's a safe environment for people. And so I think over the course of the summer, as more people get vaccinated, you're going to see those requirements. I'd like to see them go back to 100% eventually this year. Whether that happens or not, we'll have to see how all of this rolls out. But we're prepared to be nimble and to adjust on the fly.
Jeff, we also are hosting the Round Rock Classic next on the 26th, a college tournament, and currently our seating manifest is at 3,600 for that, and I think the Aggies are taking so.
All right, hey, and then Reed, I guess hindsight's 2020, but are there any regrets that you guys had that 2-year relationship where you weren't with the Rangers?
I think everything happens for a reason, Jeff, and I've never been one person to look back. Every time we ever made an affiliation switch, it was really to try to put the best product on the field for the fans here in Round Rock and to have the best relationship with the parent club that we could have. And that doesn't mean that we weren't in a good situation before, because we were. We've never had a bad situation here. It's always just been, how could we make it better? How could we win more games? How could we have access to better players and obviously make our fans happy here in Central Texas? So I think the cool thing that you're going to see with this, relationship over 10 years is that the fans really are going to settle in. And look, it's a good chance it'll be 10 years and beyond. That's what we're hoping for. So that we really become a permanent part of the Texas Rangers organization. And, you see a lot of this musical chairs stop happening. And I think that's what you're going to see with this new 120 that MLB's rolled out.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys, and hope your families are well. Appreciate it.
You too. Mike, we've not let you talk. Sorry, bud.
No, this is all good so far. I'm just, thrilled that we're back in a Round Rock. So you guys keep on, going here. So it's all good.
So on that note, we'll kick it to Levi Weaver.
Perfect timing, because my question's for Mike. I've been looking at just the number of innings pitched on the big league level, and then trying to assemble a pitching staff there. But that certainly trickles down to AAA and below. are there going to be any adjustments to the roster sizes in the minor leagues to allow for like more guys to kind of take up those innings?
Yeah, I think that there will be like an increase in the roster size from, A ball up. What that exact number is, I don't want to kind of speculate. I think that it'll just be like a couple more, guys on the roster. I think with what Chris kind of talked about, I think that there's going to be like a standard kind of off day in the middle of the week. So it's not going to be like a traditional situation where you're playing 20 games in a row and you got like a 25-man roster and you're trying to have guys ready to get called up, because of injuries on the major league side. So I think from like the player development side that Reed talked about earlier, I think it's going to be better for players. Overall should be like a few more kind of off days built in. Should be slightly bigger rosters as well to be able to like allow teams like some breathing room to be able to make sure that innings are covered and not to put players in unnecessary risk.
Right on. And then hearing the hope that the season might start on April 8th, how is that going to square with the limited number of people you guys are going to be able to have at spring training? Is that going to put a rush on the minor league spring training, or what's the plan there?
That's a great question too. I think with the number, usually in a major league camp, you have essentially like the AAA team there as well. So I think it's going to be fortunate that we should have camp normal, and it should be big enough size that like the players that don't make the major league team will be ready to rock and roll there in terms of playing and be up to speed to be able to go to Round Rock if we are able to play. So from some of the challenges in terms of like number of players that are allowed in a camp, fortunately most of those players that will be in major league camp are going to be making up the AAA team.
Right on. That's all I got. Thanks.
Right. Let's go to Kirk Bowles.
Yeah, Mike, the last rankings I saw for farm systems had you guys 24th. What would you say about the quality of the talent that Round Rock fans can expect to see this spring?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I think if you look at kind of our overall system, we felt really good from 2019 from that high A level down. We felt that if you looked at all of our teams, they got into the playoffs. That Down East team in 2019 had like the best record I think in minor league baseball. Corey Ragsdale was named the Baseball American Manager of the Year off that team. So like a lot of those players that were there, unfortunately, a lot of those players in 2020 clearly didn't have the chance to continue to play. I think what we've seen overall like about the strength of our system is that we have really good talent at some of the lower levels that are working their way up towards Arlington. So I think what's really exciting about fans here in Round Rock and in Central Texas is that like a lot of those guys are coming up and they will play here in Round Rock. We feel good about the group of players, and they're very talented, smart, hungry players, and we feel that they'll ultimately make an impact here in Arlington. So trying to figure out what that roster looks like now is going to be like a little challenging, but we feel that we have a couple waves coming in our minor league system that will go up through Round Rock to win a lot of games, and then ultimately make their way into Arlington.
As for Texas Tech fans, is Josh going to be in Round Rock, or is he going to be somewhere else?
I don't know. Wink, wink, nod, nod. I'm not. Josh has been tremendous since we had the opportunity to draft him. I know he's coming into Major League camp, and his eye is on opening up Woody and our Major League staff's eyes to try to make the Major League team. But would expect that if he's not on the Major League team, that he would be down there in Round Rock. So we're really excited about him, and he's got like a younger brother too that's doing well there at Texas Tech also. So.
And as far as testing goes for Chris and do you know what the testing is going to be, Reed, either one of you, as far as
that's still being worked out at this point, and so those protocols will be coming out. But I know from the conversations I've had with New York, the goal is going to be to have the players in AAA sort of some ways mirror what happened in the alternative training sites or whatever they had last year, so that when guys come up, they can be ready to go and play. So we're expecting a robust testing standard here across AAA baseball.
And has the coaching staff been named yet, Mike, or how are y'all doing that? As far as Round Rock?
It's going to come out later, right? Later before the season.
Good thing. Thanks, guys.
Just a quick reminder, if you have a question while you're on the Zoom call, either raise your hand, drop us a quick chat. Let's go to Roger Wallace.
Hey, Mike, Reed touched on it, but, baseball here in Central Texas at the Dell Diamond means one thing to the fans, kind of the fabric of the summer. For you guys, as he said, you guys need these guys to get innings and games and meaningful at-bats. Can you kind of expand on how important that is in the big picture?
I think it's critical. I mean, as you're kind of looking at where we're at organizationally, we continue to invest heavily in our player development, and being able to have our young players play games is critical. So trying to get the season going there in Round Rock and at our other minor league spots is a critical. So you can do the alternate site, you can do like the practice, you can do sim games where there really isn't any replacement for true games, for true competition. So we're hopeful that we're able to get this going down there in Round Rock and with the minor leagues here in 2021 because it is so critical to what we're trying to do here organizationally.
And then, Reed, I know everyone's fired up to see you back here. Your life with the Astros, is it something where a little bit more now than you did then, and kind of will put that knowledge to use back in Round Rock again? How has that kind of affected your baseball mind?
Yeah, I mean, what a run, what a ride. Really since 2010 and the World Series, against the Giants, I've got to be in some pretty cool situations, seen a lot of really neat stuff happen, and learned a lot along the way. And look, it comes back to you got to work with really good people, and I'm blessed to have really good people around me here. And we're going to continue to strive for a high quality product, a high quality environment. We want to sort of see the next phase of Dell Diamond, which is going to be to sort of modernize a lot of the player development areas that Mike and JD and the guys are going to want. And so we need to make sure we're doing our part to make both the facility for the fans and the facility for the players top notch. And I think what's cool about our group, because we're really player based, take my dad and then Don Sanders having owned the Astros in the 80s, and then throw Clemens in there and Biggio and Jeff Kent, some of the guys that are in our ownership group. Not to mention that, Chris Almendares and Tim Jackson were Division I college baseball players, and JJ Gotch and myself, we've always really focused on the players. And so I think what you're seeing with this 120 group that's now the group with Major League Baseball for the next 10 years, there's a similar mindset with those clubs. And so we're going to try to push the envelope and make sure we're giving these guys the best environment to reach the big leagues.
Thanks, Andrew.
Sir, we'll go back to Evan Grant.
Hey, Mike, just looking at your spring training roster, you're going to take about 70 players down there. I'm not trying to make out the Round Rock roster at this point in time or anything. But you're going to take about 70 players down there, I would imagine, between what ends up in the big leagues, what ends up in Round Rock, and God forbid anybody that ends up on the DL. You're talking about mid-50s players committed somewhere. So am I to think that like everybody that you guys keep that's not in the big leagues that's healthy would go to Round Rock, or do you anticipate some alternate site or some of these guys actually staying back at whatever becomes minor league spring training?
Yeah, I've like a couple kind of ways to kind of answer that one. I think understanding that like the number of players that come into camp, I think we're in a little bit different situation where it's not necessarily every player coming into Major League camp is either on the cusp of the big leagues or like a 6-year free agent that's trying to make the team. I think that there are going to be a couple more prospect, level guys that kind of come in, just more for the experience, just more to get around Woody and the staff. So I don't think that like every player coming in there necessarily is either, big leagues or Round Rock. And they understand that, where they're at in their development curve. So I think that there's going to be some kind of wiggle room, based on like number of players coming, into camp, that we should be able to have guys on the major league team be able to, fill out like the Round Rock roster. And then there will be just a couple guys that we're going to start like the year at, AA or, lower. But we're just really there for the, experience there of being in, major league camp when we didn't really have other, development opportunities for them.
And so the mechanics of that will be that guys would then stay back at what becomes a later minor league spring training, right?
I think we're still working through like a number of that stuff. I think like the short answer is yes. I think our expectations that once like the major league team breaks, that there would be some sort of spring training out here in Arizona, probably sometime in April. But we're still looking to get guidance from Major League Baseball on what that would look like. I think what's interesting about Round Rock and like the AAA is just that you have to have players get ready someplace to be able to help the major league team when you have injuries and guys called upon. So Round Rock is in a unique situation where it's that wedge of those players coming off like the that are in camp to make the major league team, but it's not necessarily some of the younger players that Down East or Hickory or anything like that. So I think that we're trying to get more guidance from Major League Baseball, getting the protocols here. Yesterday is like the first step, but there's still a long way to go to understand what we're doing overall here for a baseball 2021.
And then Reed or Chris, I don't know which one of you guys wants to handle this, or if you do, but Reed, you've made a couple mentions to the infrastructure and the player development areas. Is there a plan already in place to like make a big investment infrastructure wise, and are the Rangers funding that, or is that something you guys are undertaking?
Yeah, I can hit that, Chris. Evan, what's great is MLB came out with a very detailed, specific document regarding facilities, and we basically check almost all the boxes. We had air-conditioned batting cages, weight room, big training room, before anybody was ever doing that kind of stuff. I think for us, what we have to look at is the size of these staffs have really grown over the years to where now, minor league staff, especially at AAA, you could have, 7, 8 guys with rovers, 10, 11, 12, and the needs of the space have changed. Like I said, video rooms and what's happening with weight training and so on and so forth. So we want to look at the spaces and we want to be best in class. That's how we've always operated. The Rangers now have the best clubhouse in all of the big leagues. So, can we make the best clubhouse in all the minor leagues? I hope we can. But we're going to start looking at that and seeing what that means. And, every action sort of has a reaction. So we have a fairly tight footprint, and we just need to get with a group and kind of look at what's the vision for this place from a player's perspective. We meet the requirements, but we want to be better than what the requirements are, and that's what we're going to dive into here in 2021.
When was the last major? I know you guys keep the place fresh, but when was the last major upgrade to the facility?
Well, we do some every year, but I'll let Chris touch on it and define major.
So Evan, in 2018 we redid the seating bowl, so there was brand new seats, and that was working closely with the city of Round Rock. The other thing we did 2 years prior to that is we're one of the first minor league teams to have LED light field, which is it enhances the game. But more importantly, for the player development, it's the same type of lighting that they're using when they get to major leagues. And so we've worked closely with the city on partnership. Matter of fact, we're going to do a walk tomorrow morning and just look at the things we need to do. And our ownership group, as well as the Rangers, now with this 10-year partnership, it makes more sense for them to come in and say, hey, let's look at this. What's going to give them the best advantages for the facilities that we have? And that's the partnerships that we have with both the city of Round Rock and, of course, with the Texas Rangers.
Great. Thank you, guys. That's a big help.
Right. Let's go to Jeff Wilson.
Mike Daly, is Justin Foskew's turf toe in a position to allow him to go to big league camp? Mike Daly.
Yeah. You were kind of cutting in and out. I thought you were talking about the Denver Broncos for a second and kind of what they were doing. But no, Justin Foskew, he's out here in Arizona. He's working back. We've not made a decision about Major League Camp or anything. He's out here going through a lot of work with our trainers and performance team. So we've not made a decision on that, but I think everything's trending well right now with him, and with that toe.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry about the cutout.
All right, we'll do one last call. Anybody have any additional questions for Reed, Chris, or Mike? All right, well, thank y'all. We really appreciate you hopping on this afternoon and talking some baseball with us. As Chris and Reed kind of both alluded to, stay tuned the next couple of days and weeks. We'll have more announcements about the 2021 season coming up. But again, thanks again, and y'all have a great rest of the day.
All right, everybody. Will Dupree once again here in the KXAN live studio. We are wrapping up this stream, carrying that particular virtual briefing that the leaders from the Round Rock Express held just a few moments ago, talking about the team becoming an official affiliate of the Texas Rangers. More reporting is available on our website. That's KXAN.com, and on the KXAN News app. So please download that and check out all of our content there. Sports, our sports team, we'll have much more to tell about this during tonight's newscast, so please tune in. Once again, I'm Will Dupree. We'll see you back here another time, everybody. Please stay safe and healthy, and take care.